Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me. This is the Alfcast. That was annoying. Um, yeah, I haven't uploaded anything in a while. Recorded a few things, but didn't upload them. Kind of dumb. Procrastinating. I guess I'm also kind of transitioning with a few things. A lot of big changes in my life right now. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And yeah, today we'll talk about a few things. This will be I'll try to make this a short one. Um, yeah, so just general Alfcast is about broader topics. It's not like the Friday Fight Cast, which is really focused on MMA and boxing fights that are happening. So yeah. It's Wednesday right now. Obviously, you uh, watched both fights, both fight nights, Fight Island over the weekend, and I just finished watching the Neil Magny versus Michael Chiesa fight. Michael Chiesa, if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert: Michael Chiesa wins, and by decision and calls out Kobe Covington. So it's interesting. But yeah, it was a pretty good win. Definitive win. But honestly, yeah, but it's kind of the fight wasn't the best fight I've seen lately. It's kind of boring. Some parts were cool, but mostly it was kind of boring. But yeah, I guess that's coming off of the fights over the weekend, which were just amazing, especially the Holloway fight. Wow, people are still talking about that. A lot of people talking to me who I'm surprised like I didn't know you watched MMA or you were into MMA and yeah, just awesome. It was a great fight. Post fight, there's a lot of talk about the fight should have been stopped early on the fourth round. Well, look, I mean, there's always going to be that type of debate in these kind of situations. How much damage can or should a person take before a fight is stopped? Even if the person can kind of show that they're defending themselves intelligently, even though they're not. I don't know. I remember shouting while I was watching the fight for it to stop in the fourth round. And I'm sure a lot of people felt the same way. Maybe others don't. Um, my position is I think, it's fine to be tough and you're coming out of Boston, they say like, oh, someone like that um will never quit. Okay, fine. That's a good quality to have. But you also have to be intelligent and think about fighter longevity. I mean, this guy's fairly young. He's early still in his career. Like I wouldn't say he should have taken all that damage. If I was part of the team, I would have suggested, okay, go in there, fifth round, knock him out in the first 30 seconds. If not, the moment you start taking damage, I think we should throw in the towel. And I think that should have been their strategy. Like, really just go out there, come out with a couple of attempts to knock him out, or as much as you can. Like, really go on put your best offense on it for the next 30 seconds. And if it doesn't work, like, just throw in the towel. That's what I would have done. Um, but yeah, who's to blame? I don't really want to say who's to blame here. Herb Dean, was it the corner? Was it, you know, himself? Obviously, you can't blame Max Holloway for beating up his opponent, right? Um, because that's what he was there to do. But yeah, it's good that there's conversations about this because, as much as people perceive it to be a brutal sport, and it is brutal in its own way. I think it's very important to minimize the damage someone can take, and referees, especially over the recent years, have been very keen on doing that. They're very sharp. Gone are the days of Mario Yamasaki, who didn't know what the fuck he was doing often. And I think referees now are we're seeing the best level of refereeing. So actually, before that fight, I felt like one of the knockouts, I won't say who, was kind of stopped early, and I was kind of feeling like, are there referees sort of stopping these fights too quick? Are they too eager to stop them, or too they're playing it too safe with regards to like sparking controversy with someone taking too much damage, and then that happens. So with the main event, so it's very confusing for me, but at the same time, like I don't want to put any blame on the referee or anyone for that matter in this. It's like a lot of people are saying, this is fighting. People sign up for this, and yeah, I feel like it's unfortunate, but that's his decision, that's their team's decision, and that's what they wanted to do, and that's what they did. Yeah, I mean, what a guy though, what a warrior. And honestly, I have some newfound respect for Max Holloway. He's uh, really a lot more of a legend than I thought he is. Really what a fighter. And he still got it. I wouldn't say he's past his prime yet. A lot of people are saying that was the best fight he's ever shown. And man, it was good. Honestly, I'm not I don't know Max Holloway so well. I've seen many of his fights, some of them twice, thrice. But yeah, oof. I was really impressed with his skill on that fight, and now he's become one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. From someone that I was kind of just apathetic about. Obviously, I respected his accomplishments, but now I'm actively actually like following him on Twitter and reading about him and looking at his tape and highlights and whatever news about him. He's an awesome guy. And what's really admirable about him is really the way he's treating the situation of his career also with the whole Volkanovski situation. He's handling it really well, and yeah, I admire the guy, especially So yeah, props to Max Holloway. Yeah, and it's only a couple days away until we see Conor Poirier. I'm not going to talk too much about that. I've talked a lot about it in the past, and I'm going to do a Friday fight cast uh, before the fight. So we'll talk about that in length. But it's so exciting. Saw some videos of Poirier. It was his birthday, and he celebrated it in the Middle East, wherever they are, Dubai, I think. I get confused with Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And it's nothing racist or anything. I think it's more dyslexic, really. But yeah, he's looking good. Uh, Connor is also. I saw footage of him arriving at the hotel, right? And it's strange because they have these people like greeters outside the hotel entrance, and they're not fans, right? They're sort of employees of the hotel, and they're hired to kind of shout and make hype, create hype and whatever, pump up the fighters. And I don't know whose idea that was, but it's really, I don't know. It turned out to be very awkward because you see Connor coming into the hotel without a shirt, holding his kid, right? And there's this guy shouting, Conor McGregor! Ah, there's a great Conor McGregor here! Woo! Like really loud and in a very deep, strong, like you can tell this is a big guy with a big voice kind of way. And you could see Connor's sort of, I don't know, bodyguard assistant or whoever, like telling him to shut up because he's scaring the fucking kids. And you could see Connor was kind of like, I don't know how he felt about it, but it looked really awkward. And I guess it's just how it is, you know. I mean, this is the Middle East after all, and cultures are different, you know. So maybe something like that in the middle, for the people in the Middle East is more normal, you know. I don't know. I don't know how it is. I've never been there. I don't have too much exposure to the culture, honestly, and it's not by choice. It just happenstance. And yeah, that was weird. Um, but yeah, it's uh, it's really it's really exciting, and I can't wait. You know, I'm gonna be watching that whatever time it is. I haven't even really figured out what time that's gonna be, but if it's at 3 in the morning, I'll have to stay up. You know, it is what it is. But what else? I'll talk a little bit about myself, I guess. Like I've been, yeah, focusing a lot on training. Although, I started working again last week or the week before that. But really started working last week, and uh, it's been kind of a push at work. You know, people are trying to ask for results from our team, and we're really trying to start the year running, and I can feel that pressure. So what that means is, I don't have as much freedom to like, do push-ups between calls or like, do the shadow boxing while I'm dialing, I kind of have to sit there and focus on what I'm doing. Um, and it's not always like that. Like, I could still, do a little weights while I'm working. That's not really interfering with my work. But anyway, work's been a bit more demanding than it usually is, I guess is what I'm saying. Mm, but like some days I'm able to wake up hour and a half before work and I could get a workout in, like, or some stretching. Stretching is something I do a lot while I'm working. Working with resistance bands. So I'm trying to get that in, right after work I'll start, shadow boxing and push-ups or maybe weights, and then jiu-jitsu probably in the evening. If no jiu-jitsu, I'll probably do more boxing, more focused on like, technique and stuff and watch videos and um whatever work, whatever I need to work on, whatever doesn't hurt as well, like I'll focus on that. But jiu-jitsu's been great, man. I've done like my sixth session at this stage and with this gym, and it's just great, man. I'm really enjoying myself. Fucked up today because I was supposed to go in with a gi. Apparently, you're not supposed to say gi. It's like a judo gi or something. Yeah, but I went without it, so I had to apologize. Like, I felt really dumb, and I should have double checked. Really, it's my fault, but I'm trying not to make that mistake again. But today was great, man. I learned a lot. I got to grapple with a purple belt, and he's really strong at that. I think he's going easy on me. I almost got him in a guillotine. I think time went. So I was attempting that guillotine for about 5 seconds, but I don't think I would have had it anyway. But Yeah, it was a learning experience. I really worked on technique for a few leg locks that that we've been working on. Um, but yeah, uh, it's just awesome. Uh, what else, man? Well, I'm smoking less cigarettes now. Like I'm smoking less than 10 cigarettes a day. That's about half of what I used to smoke. And I'm not smoking like the packed cigarettes, like the Marlboros that are pre-rolled and all of that. So I actually feel the difference. Sometimes I can't even finish a whole cigarette. Like I'll smoke a third of it or half of it, leave it, and maybe smoke it later. So, oh fuck, I just my elbow just fell off the table. But um, the uh, the cigarettes, I'm smoking a lot less. I'm trying to pace myself with quitting because I don't want to go crazy really. But I feel my stamina has increased a lot. Um, I feel like breathing is a lot easier. I have a less congestion in my nose and uh, yeah. Eventually, I want to get to a point maybe in the next couple of weeks where I only smoke in the afternoon or evening, maybe 3 cigarettes a day, to the point where maybe one or two, and let's see where I go from there. But it's been a huge difference for me, a huge difference. I mean, stamina wise, and I might not even really realize other benefits, but um, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Man, I'm really keen on looking for a fight. uh, or getting a fight by Feb, late Feb. Um, a lot of people, my brother is saying I'm not ready. Friends are kind of questioning in a way that implies I'm not ready, and I appreciate that. I'm not taking it the wrong way, I think, and I don't think I'm ready. I think if I think that if between now and late Feb, I have about a month, right? It's gonna require a lot of work if that happens. Or I could stick to the original plan, which was late March, or even move that to early March. We'll see, man. I still haven't seen any fights in Spain. I'll have a quick look now, but the only one, the last one the last time I checked was Hombres de Honor, and that's I think happening early Feb. If I'm not mistaken, but let's have a quick check. I actually haven't checked today yet, so maybe I'm surprised. No, it's on Brazil North. Yeah, Feb 6. That's way too early for me. I'm gonna be throwing myself in the deep end there. That's not a smart move. It's gonna be in Cas Castilla-La Mancha. Hmm. That's not far. I could actually go um and watch, but I think it's gonna be online as well, so it might be more practical given the Corona situation as well. Yeah, I'm looking at that, like I'm looking at other regions. Like if I look at France, there tends to be more events. Well, not at this time. Like there's one event happening March 5, and it's boxing. If I look at Italy, uh, they also tend to have more. Yeah, they have a bunch happening. So I'm certainly gonna be looking at Italy. Most of it's boxing though, but they do have something called the Golden Cage, Feb 6. So I'm sure as the weeks go by, there's going to be more events populated here across Europe. Last time I checked, Portugal didn't have any. Um, Probably won't have any at this point, I would imagine. But yeah, still nothing. So, coronavirus has done a number on the amateur fight scene as well, as you could see. Netherlands, I'm sure, has heaps. Kickboxing, kickboxing, kickboxing. Look at that, March 5. Like, this is an option for me. I gotta look into this promotion, what kind of fighters fight here, because this could be one of those, like amateur promotions, but they're all beasts and like fuck. So I'm not that hungry where I would be like I'll fight anyone yet. I don't think I'm that good to be doing that. So when I look at promotions, I'd like to see their past fights, like who's fighting, what kind of skill set they have, because it really varies. There's so many amateur promotions, and they usually focus on countries or regions, and some are smaller than others. So you'll see with the smaller ones, there's people on their first fights who might, you know, only have that fight ever, get their ass beat and quit. And then you have the other ones where, uh, you have someone, fighters with like 2-2-1, they're experienced in amateur fighting. Or you have the, undefeated ones, or people with like 6-1 amateur records. So that's not a smart move for me if I go against someone who fought 5 times and it's my debut and they're sort of winning. That's not what I want. I'd prefer another person debuting as well, or even someone with one victory or one loss, whatever. Uh, but let's see, man. At this point, I'm a beggar, so beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And we'll see when we get there how picky I can be, how much leeway I have. But man, I can't wait. I can't wait to get that opportunity. And really, it's for me, it's like it's one of the biggest things for me to a big hurdle for me because I've done challenging things before in my life, but I think this is significantly more challenging and than anything else. And it's whenever I have these challenges, it's for me. I just want to get to that day. I want to get to that point. I want to test myself. I want to obviously I don't want to go unprepared, but it's like I don't want to say I'm rushing into things, but more like I want to hit it head on. I'm hungry for it. Like bring it on, let's do this. Um, so yeah, uh, I am totally excited for that day. Can't wait for it to happen. Right now, like this whole thing in terms of like contacting promotions and figuring out how to get fights, it's really all me. I mean, my brother helped me a little bit in the start, but lately he's been kind of busy with his own stuff, and you can't really blame the guy. I mean, and I think that's how it's going to be. And I might reach out to people at my gym more about this when I'm ready. But I think I'm at the stage where they don't really know me too well. I don't really know them too well yet. And coming out and talking about wanting to fight, I'm not sure if that's going to be received as well if as compared to like if we had that better tight relationship. Um, yeah. So great. I mean, uh, I'm not sure, you know, who's watching. Mostly it's family, but I'm sure some of you will eventually be fighters. Maybe some of you who are watching are aspiring fighters like me, and you're sort of kind of trying to, you know, look at my experience just for comparison's sake or whatever you're doing, right? But really, it's such a even at this point, just having my own goal of fighting by March, my debuting my amateur by March, it's wow, the feeling is really something else. I've never felt anything like it. And that's why, I'm sure if anyone is in the same boat or doing the same thing, maybe you understand what I'm talking about. Mm, but yeah, what I'm a little worried about is my ribs right now. And yeah, I'm gonna close with this, I think. Uh, yeah, this rib right here, this section. No, when I was I like to describe it sometimes as like when I was weak, right? 6 months ago, let's say. I can't really remember when this was. It was before Christmas, but you see, we would cut our dog's nails at home, and my wife was very nervous about doing it. So she would cut our French bulldog's nails, Chapo, and sometimes she would cut it too short and hit this thing called a quick. Um, And this happens to humans too. I mean, if you've ever cut your nails too short and it starts bleeding, it's the same thing, right? And that happens to dogs too. So there was this one time she cut it and it started bleeding. She panicked. It kept bleeding until we put some baking. Oh no, we put corn starch on it and it stopped bleeding. It really worked. Um, anyway, later that day, right? So I bring Chapo out. I bring him out to walk. Take his piss and poop, and he runs up the stairs. Anyway, we're done. We come back. I unleash him, which I do sometimes, so that he can just run around the hallway, run to our apartment door and feel a bit free. So I did that, and he decides to run up the stairs of the building. We live on the ground floor, right? Or I live on the ground floor, and he runs upstairs. So I go after him, and I'm wearing flip-flops. Not the best shoes, right? Not the best grip. And I think they were kind of dirty under. Like there was accumulated dirt already, so the grip was even worse. But I start running after him upstairs, and then I don't want him to disturb the neighbors, so I try to go as fast as I can. And I finally catch up to him, and I carry him. He's just about this big, right? Uh, 15 kilos of a dog, and I'm carrying him, and kind of winded. And I remember stepping with my left foot on the stair below and immediately slipping like there was water there. It wasn't water, it was blood from Chapo's finger, from his nail that was cut too short. The whole running, maybe walking him outside, reopened the wound that had closed in his nail. And at that point, the blood was already dripping in the stairs. So there was a good dripping of blood there that I slipped on. And basically, I crashed on when you fall on the surface and, one foot kind of slips, you're kind of like in midair with the other foot and you're stepping and you slip and kind of, you have a second of midair where your whole body is in the air and you fall flat or you fall pretty hard at that point. And I fell on the stairs, the sharp edges of the stairs. So, and I fell on my right side, this side here, up to the hip. Um, Everything was fine apart from my ribs. My ribs were in pain. So basically, yeah. From there, I think I cracked ribs, but I remember, yeah, the hospital. I went to the emergency room a few days after because the pain was getting worse. It was getting worse, and I was on strong meds already for my back. And I figured, if I better go to the to the emergency because this is too much. And that morning, I coughed, and that's when the pain was like really intense. I'm like, I can't do this. I need stronger meds than what I have. So I went to the emergency room. They took a couple of scans and like nothing. We can't really see anything. It could be crap, and we wouldn't see it with this type of scan. But there were limits to the kind of treatment they could give me. I kind of felt that because we were in the middle of the COVID situation. I was kind of hesitant to even go to the emergency room because of that. But, she eventually said, look, I mean, unless it's something piercing your lungs or your internal organs, which we don't see that in the two scans we've done, then, either way, you're just going to have to let it heal and take some medicine, some pain medicine. So she prescribed me weaker meds than I had. I didn't even take it because I already had my back medication and another thing I was taking for my back as well. And so I just stuck to that. And it had gone, but the I mean the thing had healed already, and this was months ago, right? And when this last Saturday, I went out and it was snowing in Madrid, right? And there was still ice on the road, but it wasn't like all over the road. Like the roads, the walkways were kind of clear. You could walk on the walkways. And I was like buying tobacco. And I wanted to go quick, like get there, go home because it was cold and it was a Saturday. I just wanted to relax. So I decided I'm gonna walk faster than I normally walk because I want to get done with this. Started walking faster, like, oh, this. I remember thinking, so I used to walk when I lived in Sydney. Everyone there walks faster. And right when I finished thinking that, I felt the fucking exact same way I felt in the stairs original. Remember the midair thing. But this time I didn't fall on stairs. I felt flat on concrete, on tiles, and or cobblestone or whatever that was. I hit my chin. Chin. That doesn't hurt anymore. Just a little bit here. That's nothing. And I don't know what happened. I must have flip flopped, but um, I was on when it was all said and done. I was on my belly, and I must have hit my ribs because after then the same thing was kind of painful again. And that was Saturday. I went to jiu-jitsu Monday and rolled with this blue belt older guy, and he just jacked me up. So I did it again today, and it's like what I'm trying to say, I guess, is like since Saturday, I've been in a healing and hurting, healing, hurting, healing, hurting thing. And I don't know what to do because I'm not gonna stop training jujitsu, man. Um, I figured today I'm just gonna go and just defend it. Like, I'm just gonna like keep my arm here and make sure that nobody puts a knee on my rib or whatever. But I figured I just gotta be tough, man. You know what I mean? Like pain, who gives a shit? You know what? Why am I gonna stop? This is nothing compared to the beating I could receive in an MMA ring, and I'm complaining about this. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm being stupid. Maybe I'm damaging myself in a in an unintelligent way. Um, Please tell me if I am in the comments. But I don't know. That's kind of like something I'm experiencing now. I'm not complaining to anyone really. That's not why I'm saying it. I'm just sort of. I wonder if the healing will catch up to will I get to a point where my body just says, all right, you know what? You're gonna continue training 3 days a week, jujitsu, and do whatever training you're doing at home. I'm just gonna heal up, and eventually it'll heal up without me having to slow down training or whatever. Um, But yeah, let's see. That's what I hope. Um, but yeah, I guess that's part of it, right? I mean, how many fucking great fighters? And that's what I want to be. I'm not that, but that's my goal, right? How many great fighters have gotten to greatness um, without injury, right? And fuck it. You know what? In some sick way, I kind of love it. I love the pain. I love like throughout the day just feeling it and being like, you know what? Like fucking deal with it, man. Smile, like love the fucking pain. And it's really like changing my relationship with pain actually, lately. But yeah, that's it, man. I mean, that's what I've been up to. Um, really taking jujitsu seriously. Trying to learn more about nutrition now, and we'll probably get that going soon. And sharing some info on that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's the Alfcast for the 20th of January, Wednesday. Come join me again on Friday when I am going to be doing the Friday Fight Cast, focusing obviously on UFC 257, McGregor Poirier 2. And it's gonna be a great night for fighting either way. You have a bunch of great fights on your card as well. So yeah, I hope you have a great night wherever you are. If you're listening to this on Wednesday or whenever. Um, yeah. Thanks again. Please subscribe and like the video. Share with your friends. Um, yeah. Peace out. Uh, yeah. Love yourself. Love your family. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you are. Bye bye.